Hello everyone, welcome to our workshop Introduction to LaTeX using Overleaf. My name is Ibrahim Abu Khashaba and I'm working at NTK as a information support specialist. Please, if you need any help in your publications, in using LaTeX or Overleaf, contact me via the email ibrahim.abu.kashaba@techlib.cz. Our agenda will be introduction to LaTeX, using Overleaf, structure of a LaTeX document, and then we will go through some examples using Overleaf, like make sections and subsections, leave comments, make tables, include figures, make lists, order lists and unordered lists, write mathematics, some equations, how we can include some equations, and then we will learn how to use citations. So let us get started. What is LaTeX? LaTeX is a powerful document preparation system, well suited for technical documents, in particular those that contain mathematical expressions, tables, figures, and references. So the main purpose of using LaTeX is a technical document, technical and scientific documents. Okay? Why we use LaTeX? Why we don't use Word instead of LaTeX, for example? First, the price. LaTeX is freely available for all computer platforms, so you can use it for free in any platform. Second, the quality of the document. LaTeX can produce and organize nicely formatted documents, so you don't care about the formatting of the document and the output of your document. Then editing, versioning, and outputs. So you can make editing for your document. You can generate a PDF file from your document. You can also use versioning. Versioning is very important when you are dealing with big documents or big projects. For example, you are writing your thesis, so probably you need some kind of versioning for your document. So you can use any versioning software that can work with LaTeX, and you can follow the history of your document without making any problem. Then the most important thing here, the automatic numbering. LaTeX is taking care of your numbering of the sections, equations, table, figures, references, etc. So you don't care about numbering or ordering. LaTeX will make the correct numbering, and you just need to focus on your content. So the main work for you is to focus on your content. Here is a small comparison between Word and LaTeX. When we have to use Word and when we have to use LaTeX. If we are talking about small documents and we need to generate a small documents, the Word is the best platform or the best software to generate those documents, because Word can create simple documents immediately. Word is depending on what you see is what you get. So what you are like writing, you will see it directly. You will see the result directly. While LaTeX is depending on what you see is what you get. So LaTeX is somewhat slower than Word regarding the small documents. If we are talking about the speed of big documents with graphics, here Word becomes slow when handling large documents with large graphic, especially when we are talking about automatic numbering for tables, for figures, for equations. Here LaTeX will be faster because you write down only the contents and the software will take care about layout. So you don't waste your time formatting the layout of the document, and it will save a lot of time for you. So LaTeX will be the best when we are talking about big documents with graphics. Ease of use. Here again, Word, Word is so simple to learn. You can open the first document in Word and start typing, and you will see directly the results. So you can produce simple documents with a reasonable layout quickly. LaTeX needs some time, so you have to learn how to use LaTeX to be familiar with the environment. You have to learn some kind of commands or tags, so to generate your tables, generate your figures, to make citation. So actually you need to spend some time to learn those commands and to be familiar with the environment. That's why regarding the ease of use, Word will be better. Layout quality. I think we mentioned before that LaTeX will generate well-suited documents, and the layout will be very good. So Word can generate like a good layout, but it will be simple layout. When we are using when we wanna like create a scientific documents and nice layout, so LaTeX will be the best software to depend on, especially if we need to include some scientific features like bibliography. So LaTeX is suitable to deal with scientific features, while Word can use like scientific feature, but somehow it's like it needs some time to create these scientific features, and it needs more time because it's not suitable for scientific features. Regarding the price and availability, we mentioned before that LaTeX is free of charge. You can use it in any platform, while Word needs a license. So you need a license in order to use Word. So how we get LaTeX? LaTeX has a website called www.latex-project.org. and you can download the software from there. So you go to the latex-project.org and you click Get, and you go down to download the software depend on your operation system. There are a lot of tech distributions for Linux, Macintosh, Windows, and online. So for Linux, you can download Tech Live distribution. For Macintosh, Mac Tech. For Windows, Mac Tech or Tech Live. And for online, you can use one of those platforms. For our case, I would suggest to use Overleaf, because Overleaf is a very good platform, collaboration platform to use LaTeX. So you just need to click the link and you will go directly to the website of Overleaf. Overleaf is a web-based platform to use LaTeX, and I would really recommend using Overleaf because of like many features. First of all, Overleaf is easy to use and it's an online collaborative LaTeX editor. So you can share your document with your supervisor, with your co-authors. So it's like a very nice collaborative platform, and it's an online. So while you have internet connection, you can use it directly. You have like a document history, as we will see next. You can work from anywhere. You don't need to download any software. You can just open your web browser and log into the website and enter to your account and start like typing and generating your documents. Besides that, there are a lot of templates and you can start with. So LaTeX Overleaf has a huge number of templates to write your thesis, to make publication, to make presentations, and there are a lot of examples in their documentation. So they have a very nice documentations with examples. So you can open any example and start modifying or editing the example and generate your code. So let us generate the first LaTeX document via Overleaf. Before we learn how to create the first document, we have to be familiar with the Overleaf environment. How can we register? How can we log in? Be familiar with the window of Overleaf, and then we will create our first document. So we'll go to overleaf.com, right in the URL, the overleaf.com, and we will be here in the home page of Overleaf. You will see that you can register directly via your email. You just write your email and your password and you just click register. It's a very simple steps to create an account on Overleaf. Also, you can register using Google or Orchid if you already have an Orchid account. So let us create our account on Overleaf. We will write our email and we can write any password and we can click register. Sometimes it will check that if you are like human, so just verify you are human, and now you are in. So as you can see, very simple to create an account. Create first project. There are many options that I need like to explain it. First, you can create a project from blank project, so it will be empty project, example project, some like project with some examples. If you already have a project in your computer, you can upload this project. If you have a project from GitHub, you can import it directly from GitHub. And here the templates. So we have a lot of templates that we can use. They are categorized, the templates, depending on, academic journal, book, formal letters, posters, CVs, thesis, etc. So you can go to the templates and you can click any template from here, and then you can open as template. So the Overleaf will open the project directly. You can start editing the project and then generate your own document from this template. And actually this is very simple way to start with. I would really recommend you to use the templates and examples in the beginning, so you will not waste a lot of time to create your first document. So here, as you can see, the Overleaf will ask you to confirm your email. You can just go to your email inbox and you will just click the link to confirm and verify your email address. Here I made a fake email, so I cannot like verify it because I already have like a registered account via Overleaf. Example project, if you want to start with example project, let me name this project, and as you can see, it will generate an example project. The example project will have main document, main text document, one image and one reference. So you have a file for reference with one reference. You have the main document when you will have all your content, and you have an image. So this is the sample project that you can start with. I would recommend you to start with sample project, especially when you are training. Let me explain to you about this window. So you will have three parts, as you can see. Left part will be the navigation part. You can resize it, and it will contain all the files of your project. You can create new file, you can create new folder, you can upload file or folders, you can rename the files, and you can delete the files. So it's very easy to navigate between the files and to make addition for those files. Also, you have here three like dots. Again, you can rename, you can delete, you can create new files, new folder, and upload files or folders. You can click here to hide this navigation part, and you can click to show the navigation part, or as they mentioned it's file 3. The second section will be the code section. Let me name it as code section. So here you will write your codes and your content, and in the top of this section you will see source code and rich text. Rich text, it's like Word. You see directly what you are writing and what you are editing. I would not, with some like formatting tools, I would not recommend you to use the rich text part, because here we have to focus on source code part and be more familiar with LaTeX commands. You can make this section as full screen, and you can split it. Again, resizing, the sections. The right part will be the output. Here you will see the output of your document. Okay. Again, you can hide this output and you can show it. The output format will be PDF. So whenever you want, you can download this document as PDF, and it will directly download it in your downloads file. There is a button in the top called recompile. So when you make any kind of modification, you have to click recompile in order to apply it. Okay. You can make auto compile as a configuration, and you don't need to recompile each time, but I would not recommend enabling this option, because sometimes you need to make a lot of changes, then in the end you need to recompile. You don't want to waste time to recompile, to automatic recompiling whenever you like make any change. So I would recommend to have this option as off. How can I know, or how can I see my changes directly? For example, I make the modification, I put this modify here, and I need to see it in the output page directly. There's an arrow buttons. You can click it, go to code location in PDF, and here, as you see here, the location of the code. For example, I'm here, go to code location in PDF. It will highlight the output of my code. Also, if I want to see the code location from the output or from the PDF, I can double click the location that I want to show, and then the cursor will move directly to the location in the code. How to add tables, and you see my cursor now. How to add tables. How to add list, double click, just double click, and you'll see how to add list. So this is how I can like navigate in my output and code source. So via go to code location and via double click in the output file. There is a part here, a section in the above of the window, like a top bar section, and this top bar section for chat. If you already have a collaborators, you can chat with them while you are working with the document. There's a history of the file. You see here what you changed. You can download the project at this version. You can compare with another version, or you can label this version. Okay, and you see here the labels. So here you see all the history of your document. Whatever you change, you will see in the history. In a free plan, you cannot see all the history, but you will see probably most of the changes. Share. Here is a very important feature. You can share your document with co-authors, with collaborators, with supervisors. So you just mention here the email of the collaborator, and then you can choose between read only or edit, and you can click share. This option will not work in a good way when you have a free plan, because you can share with only one collaborator, as you saw. So I would recommend you to use another option to share your document via turn on link sharing. Turn on link sharing. When you turn on link sharing, this feature will generate two links. The first link will be anyone with this link can edit this project, which means you can send this link to any person that you wanna share the document with edit access. And there's another link. Anyone with this link can view this project, so they cannot edit, they can only read this project or this document. Okay, so I would really recommend you to use the turn on the link sharing or the sharing option via link. So there is also a submit. Actually, you don't need to use it, but in case you want to submit your paper or article to some journal papers, there are some list of journal papers that you can submit it directly, but really I would not recommend you to use this submit, because actually you will not see a lot of publications or journals that support submission via Overleaf. Review, track changes review. So here is off. You cannot like make it on, because as we mentioned before, it's only for premium plan. It's a premium feature. Project name, you can change the project name from here as well. So you click project name, type your project name and click enter, and you can go up, you'll see all your project here. Also again, you can copy this project, you can download this project, you can archive this project, and you can download this project. Also, when you select the project, you have rename the project, make a copy, or create new folder, or delete, or archive, or download. So the buttons are available everywhere. In the left part or left section, you can see all the projects shared with you, archived project, trashed project. Okay, so when you just delete any project here and then you confirm, you will go to trash project, you can restore, or you can delete it forever from here. All right. So let us start checking the structure of the document. The structure of the document divides in two parts, two main parts. The first part is the head of the document. So from the first tag, document class, until the begin document. This is called the head of the document. And the body of the document from the begin document until end document. This is the body of the document. So anything in the head of the document will not appear in the output. Anything in the body of the document will appear in the output. Okay? The first command or tag is document class. What the type of this document? So you put backslash, you write document class, see here, document class, and it will automatically show you the list of commands. We can define the document as article. You can define the document as letter. You can define the document as book, etc. For further explanation about the options for document class, you just go to document class overleaf, and then you will see here some example and explanation about document class. What we care about the reference guide. See here, the document class has many document types like article, report, book, letter, slides, beamer. So you can define your document depend on those values. Okay, so Overleaf documentation is really useful when we are talking about the I mean, we can use it as a reference. We can use the Overleaf documentations as a reference in case we don't remember or we don't know what's the difference between the options. You will see here package, use package. It's like a library. For example, if you wanna insert a image, you have to use a library to insert an image, or a package. Let us say it package. So there is a package that called graphics. When you put it, you can use images inside the document. If you don't use it, let me, for example, comment it, recompile, and here you see the images disappeared. So when we use this package, is very important and useful package, the image will appear. There is also title. Putting the title will be in the head of the document. So \title, this is here the title of the document. And here the author. Okay, if we click say compile, recompile, you will see that the title of the document changed here. But we mentioned before that all the codes in the head of the document will not appear here. This is correct. What make the title of the document and the author appear is the command called make title. For example, if I delete or comment this and recompile, see here you will not see the title of the document, because this command will show the title and the author. Okay, and it's between the begin document and end document, so it's in the body of the document. Okay, so make title will show the title and the author in the head of the document. So here, as you can see, that everything before the begin document will be the title of the document, the author name, the packages, the libraries, and the document type. Below the begin document, or between the begin and end document, you will see all the tags or the content of the document. We call it the body of the document. So here the make title, and then, for example, if you want to make an abstract, you just write begin abstract, end abstract. All the commands, as you can see, should start with \. Okay, let us have some example. How can we create sections? Again, here we have one section, introduction 1. So you can put here, for example, section. You see, click enter directly from the auto list, and we can write, for example, section 2. You save. You can click recompile, or from the keyboard Ctrl S, then you will see here directly the changes, section number 2, and you see it's auto numbering. So here 1, 2, and then this is 3 automatically. I didn't care about numbering. As you can see, the LaTeX or the Overleaf take caring about the numbering. If we want to put subsection here, subsection, so here section 2.1, for example, save. You see here 2.1, this is under section number 2. Also the number is generated automatically here. We have, for example, this example also, section number 3, as you see, subsection. If we need to create subsection, we can create like subsection, and for example, subsection, and you save. As you can see here, 3.1.1, so it's subsection from the subsection. Okay, so as you can see, it's very simple. Here again, subsection, sorry, you can use Ctrl Z to return back if you make any error, so you return back subsection, and then sub, for example, we can go to the location. As you can see here, we can make it bigger a little bit, or zoom in. So again, go to code location, it's highlighted here. As you can see, 3.2.1, it's subsection from this subsection. Okay, so if we go back to the presentation, the examples, we covered the sections and subsections, and now how can we leave comments. Also, it's very easy to make a comments, and the comments will not appear in the output file. So for example, I need to make here this line as comment. We just make percentage, okay, and as you can see, the color of this section became green, which means it will not appear here. It will not appear here. Now it appears because I didn't make recompile. I will make recompile, and as you can see now, it disappeared. you can click enter. So if you click enter, you see here, this is the black color, and now this is comment and this is not comment. If I make recompile, you will see that this part is there, but the above part is like a comment. We use comments for, like, in programming language we use comments a lot because we need to know what's this section about. So, and if someone, like from collaborators, will edit your file, it's better to make comments. Like for example here, I can make a comment called start section about figures, for example. Okay, so the another collaborator will know that this is the begin section for figures, for example. It will not appear in the output, but at the same time it's a useful information for the collaborators. So it's better to make some kind of comments like they are using here. For example, language settings, replace English with Spanish to change the document language. Okay, so it's like they are guiding you how to change the language from English to Spanish. Again, here they are guiding you how to set the page size and margins. Each line should be start with percentage, that way you will see it as comment. So here this line with comment and this line with comment. So now we will move to another example, how to make tables. So again, it's very easy to start creating a table. Backslash begin table. As you can see, you select it from the list and it will show all the parameters automatically. So as you can see here, this is a table. Centering the table will be centering, and it will start the body of the table with 2 cells, and this C means center, so the alignment of the content of cells will be center for the first column, and this is center for the next column. So now you have 2 columns. Okay, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, and then cell 4, and you recombine. As you can see here, it's created a table, cell 1, 2, 3, 4, table 1, caption. Okay, so if you want to increase the columns to make it 3, you use this sample, and then you put even center the content, or right or left. Okay, so center or right or left, This is the alignment inside the cell, inside the column. And here you use AND symbol and create cell, for example 3 here, then here it became 4, then 5, and then again AND cell 6. So here you have 3 columns and 2 rows. The first 2 columns with alignment center, and the last one with alignment left. I mean, maybe you will not notice the alignment here because the contents are fitting the cells exactly, but when you put the width of the table to fit the window, you will see the alignment. If you want to increase the number of rows, to backslash to move to another line or another row, let us say. So we put cell 7 and so cell 8 and cell 9, and you click recombine. As you can see here, 3 columns, 3 columns and 3 rows. If you wanna put borders for the columns, you can use these symbols to put right border and left border. Then you click save. If you put horizontal separator, let me say, you use backslash h line, so it's like horizontal line. Here again backslash. If you put it in the same row or the next row, it doesn't matter for LaTeX. Then h line, and then here in the end h line, but just here you have to put another line, so it's like h line, 1 line border that for the top cell, and then here next row another line, the cells, next row another line, the cells, next row, and then we close the bottom row. So here you see that we have, so here just we need h line. As you can see, if you make any error here, it will show you that you have an error, undefined control sequence, and you will see it here in the logs and output files, so you know that there's error in this line. Okay, so you can correct it. For example, there's no command called hin. Save, and you see here that you have now 3 columns, 3 rows. The table caption, you can create caption number 1, for example, and recombine. So here caption number 1. So the caption is important to label somehow the table, and you see table 1, it's automatically created. If you want to create table down, it will auto numbering it at table number 2. So here in the example there is table number 2 now. It was 1, but after you created table before, you will see that this is table 1 and this is table 2. There is some label for referring, is very important, some like command for referring the table, and this is very important. For example, tab, I can tell tab 1 or name it whatever I want, and then you can refer it inside the document. So for example, you want to mention the table number 1 here inside the content, \ref, and then you choose ref tab 1. So tab 1, we can like or see table, and then we refer the number of the table via this command ref. So as you can see here, see table, and this is 1. Okay, and when you click, you will go to table 1. So this is also a nice feature when you want to mention the table or figure or image, even for equations. You can refer it very easy. So here the explanation about table. If you want to check more like information or more options for the table, the best way to check it, go to table overleaf, for example, and you'll see the documentation about the table. So here they have an example about one table, simple table with 3 columns, 3 rows. Then they are going to more, complex option. There they are table with fixed links. They have the code for it. And then table with some packages. And then complex table. And when you, for example, want to use any of those tables, you click open this example in Overleaf. Here you see many tables. Open example in Overleaf. Open example in Overleaf again. So the best scenario here is to see the example that's suitable for your work, and then play with the cells like you want, or apply it, save it, and when you finish, you copy start table and end table, okay, and you put it in your project. So like here, and you save. As you can see here, that you create another table down. You see that? So it's so simple to edit the example, put your data in the example, and then in the end you can copy and paste it in your project. This is the best way. So let us move to another example, how to include figures or images. Again, it will be easy. Let us say that we will include the figures here, backslash begin, and we choose figure. Select it from the list and we click enter, and as we can see it is generating a codes for figures with centering figure, include graphics. Here the package graphics should be in the head of the document, otherwise it will not work. We mentioned it before, so we have to use this package in order to show the images inside the body of the document. Again, caption, and then label, like in the table. So how can we include the chart or figure or image? We should upload the image from another project or from external URL or from your computer. So we can select, and we have, for example, chart.png. We open it, and then as you can see that we have now a new file called chart.png, and the directory of this file is near the main.tech. Okay, it's so important to define the directory of the image or figures. So here, include graphic, we put charts. As you can see, it will automatically show the file that I already uploaded. You choose it and then you save, or you recompile. As you can see here, it inserted the figure of the chart. Again, caption of the chart. So save caption of the chart, and this is figure number 1, and now this is figure number 2. Again, it's auto numbering. You can label it with fig or chart 1 or whatever you want. Okay, let us name it chart, save. Again, you can mention it by \refer. You click enter and you will see which label you want to refer. In our case, it's called chart. So like in figure, then save, because here it will mention the number of the figure automatically. And then as you can see, like in figure number 1. Okay, if you use the figure number 2, so let us put again refer, and figure number 2 is frog. Figure, and then recombine, and as you can see, figure number 2. Also, it's automatically, I just choose the label of the figure that I want to refer, and it shows me directly the number of the figure. Again, it's so simple. More information on figures. Again, you have even from Google or from here, figures. So here the figures. As you can see, this is referencing figures, and you can open the template as an example, and you see, you know, 2 examples for figures. So next example, how to make lists, order lists and unordered lists. Again, to create lists, there are 2 types of lists, even ordered list and unordered list. Here again, the same way, begin, enumerate. So enumerate means order list. So the list was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, begin, enumerate and enumerate, and there will be only one item. So here, item 1, for example, if we save, so as you can see here, item number 1. If you want to make more items, just item 2, item, \item, item 3, so etc. It will show you the order list. For unordered list, there is begin, itemize. This is for unordered list. Again, the same idea. Item 1 \item 2, and then \item 3, and you save it, and as you can see here, this is unordered list, so without numbering. It will be a bullet points, and each point will be 1 row or 1 line. Okay, and as you can see, if you click a lot of enters here, it will not work like Word, because LaTeX will not recognize the spaces and the empties like rows. You have to, if you want to make empty rows, you have to define it. Okay, you have to define that you need new line, I need a new line, or I need a new space or more spaces. You cannot like define new lines by clicking enter. Okay, so let us move to example how we can write mathematics or equations. In order to write equations, I think we mentioned it before that we have to use a package for mathematical expression. AMS math, and then when you use this package you can put any equation inside. As you can see here, for example, we have here a sample equation. It's a little bit complicated for you if you are already starting using LaTeX to write this like complex equation, and especially you don't know about the sample. The best way for you to create an equation to go to an online tool like this one, LaTeX cogs.com. You can check it in Google. It's like a editor to generate equations for LaTeX. Let us test it. This tool, you can choose the equation from here. Let me put so here A, then P. You see here the review down. Then, for example, you click plus. Then let's use this from X to Y. So you see here. So plus, for example, let us use some kind of array, and then so 2, 2, you see A, for example, B, C, D. So you see here, like we generated like full equation. You copy this code, go to your project where you wanna insert it, and you just add $, and you paste your equation, and then you recompile. As you can see, we generated the equation here. All right, let us do it in another line. So we have your equation here. So this tool, online tool, can help you a lot to generate your equations. There are a lot of samples that you can find here. You create your equation online, and then you copy the code and go to your project and paste it between $2. So this way is more efficient way to use equation or mathematical expression. So let us move to citation. How can we create citations via LaTeX? Again, you have to create a file, and this file for bibliography, for your references. You can take your file from any reference manager software, or you can create your own file and paste the references here. So the file should be with .pip, and how you can include the references manually. You go, for example, Google Scholar. Let us go to any Google Scholar, and we can search for any article about artificial intelligence, and here there's cite, and there's option for pip-tech. If you click this, and you have to copy this code and paste it in your like pip file. Again, just use another article. We need to cite this, click cite, pip-tech, copy and paste it. As mentioned, we can import pip file from any reference manager software. We can use upload from Mendeley or Zotero. See here, it's like available for premium feature if we need to make it automatically. But actually, if you have like a software, you can export your references there and then import it or upload it from the computer without direct connection between Mendeley or Zotero or whatever. So you can export this file, and then you can upload it here as a reference file for you. So we save it. So after we prepare all the references in my pip file, we go to the main tech, and we have to include this file. How we include this file? There are two commands for that. Bibliography, and you mention the name of your reference file. So it's bibliography, as you can see, and then you just write the name of the file that contains all your references. It's like you are including all your references inside the main file or inside the body of the document. And you have to choose the bibliography style. Also here we choose alpha. You can choose plain. If you need to know more details about this, you can bibliography overleaf, and then you go to bibliography overleaf, and you will see here the difference between the bibliography styles. So alpha, it will show like this, IEETR, plain, etc. So you choose any style. We use plain, and we make save. Now if you go down, you will see only one reference because we mentioned only one site here, the sample reference. If we want to include another site, backslash site, enter. So this is the second site, and if you, or second reference, you save it or recompile, and you will see the reference number 2. And as you can see here, so now it's mentioned here. Okay, if you want to include the site number 3, site, enter, and this is the number 3 citation, and then save, and you will see this is the reference number 3 appeared in the references. So basically you have to create your references file with .pip extension, and you have to use before the end of the document those two commands, bibliography and bibliography style, to mention the name of the file of your references, and then use /site to include the reference inside the body of the document. Okay, so it will put the number of the reference, and it will mention it in the references automatically without doing anything. So this was a simple example about citation. I would really recommend you to go through tips and tricks for troubleshooting LaTeX using Overleaf. You can find these tips and tricks here in their website. So they explain how you can troubleshoot the errors that appear to you. If you have like a error or warning, what does it mean and how can you fix it? Is it a problem in the syntax or it's just warning? Do you miss any sample? So here is a simple troubleshooting for your project. So you can troubleshoot the errors that appear in your project easily. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that we covered the introduction to LaTeX using Overleaf. Please feel free to contact me if you need any support in using Overleaf by sending an email to my id ibrahim.abu.khashaba@techlib.cz, and I will be very happy to assist you. Thank you very much.